Established in the year 1833, the Necropolis is known for nearly 50,000 individuals buried here. It overlooks the oldest building in the city that was dedicated to the patron saint and presumed founder of Glasgow, St Mungo. However, not only is it picture-worthy and a huge tourist attraction for the city, but the superhero movie The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson, had teased scenes of the historic cemetery, and Glaswegians were quick to notice it.
The sheer number of young people, like very young. I've seen one that's only 17 days old here. But just the reverence that people treat. People must have loved people, you know, to erect these kind of monuments to somebody's life. They were loved, they were respected. That's why you get a great sense of history in these places, because you can see how people treated people. You can see the reverence that they treat their dead. And that's why I love them so much. I've visited cemeteries in New Orleans as well, the massive big cemeteries there. And it is just reflective of the history of the place. You can get a real sense of it. So that's why I come here.
Well, I like cemeteries, and we don't have anything like this in Australia this old. And so you walk around a cemetery and you can see all the history, you see all the families who have lost a lot of kids over, a short period of time. So obviously it was a bad winter, or there were plagues, or there was some sort of disease. But I'm also very surprised about how old some of the people lived to. There are people well into their 90s, into their 80s. And it's really good that people are able to come around and have a look and just see how people thought of people at the time. I'm also amazed at how many monuments have been erected by people who thought someone was very respectful. And so that you look around and there's monuments to people just because they were someone in the community who was highly regarded. So yeah, very interesting. Well worth a visit.
I think it's very interesting to see the different history and all the stuff packed behind this. It's really nice to take pictures of it because there's just so much old stuff. I'm from America and we don't have stuff that's nearly as old as this because our country started way after yours. So
I think it's amazing. It's very, very, very huge, and it's interesting that you can just move around here. Like it's a cemetery, but in a way it's also like a sculpture. So yeah.
Well, it's amazing, kind of a little overwhelming, but he has heritage that traces back to Scotland, so that's why we chose here to come. And the Clark name is kind of what we're looking for in the necropolis here, and we found a couple.